Okay, the Justice Department has escalated a federal investigation in Minnesota, issuing now grand jury subpoenas to 5 government offices, including the governor, the attorney general, and the mayor of Minneapolis. Prosecutors are examining whether state and local leaders improperly interfered with federal immigration enforcement during ICE operations. And joining me now is Washington Stand reporter Casey Harper, who's been tracking all of today's stories. Casey, welcome. Glad to have you. Let's start with these investigations. What are they looking for, and how serious do you think these investigations are?
Well, they're pretty serious, Jody, and they're a ratcheting up of the increasing tensions we've seen in Minnesota. So in this case, the DOJ is investigating whether Minnesota officials conspired to obstruct federal immigration enforcement during these ICE operations. Now, after the news broke, President Trump held a press conference, really took over the White House press briefing, where he recapped the first year of his second term. Of course, today is the 1-year anniversary of his inauguration. He said he plans to cut federal funding to sanctuary cities, and in this clip we'll play, that included Minneapolis.
You got to get rid of your sanctuary cities, and I hope our people know that we're not going to pay sanctuary cities. We're not going to pay them anymore. They are sanctuary for criminals. They hold criminals. We're not going to pay. They can sue us, and maybe they'll win, but we're not giving money to sanctuary cities anymore as of the beginning of the month.
Now, subpoenas were served to offices tied to Governor Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who have all been very critical of the administration. Prosecutors are reportedly examining potential violations of a federal conspiracy statute used in major criminal cases. Now, state leaders, they have not yet been charged, and the DOJ is declining any public comment as this investigation and the probe continues, Jody.
Well, we will certainly be keeping an eye on that. I'm sure you will as well. And moving to Virginia, Casey, Democrats there have approved a proposed constitutional amendment that many are saying would allow virtually unlimited abortion. And that issue is going to be going to voters this fall. Of course, pro-life leaders are warning the measure removes key protections for the unborn. Casey, what does this amendment actually do, and why do you think it's drawing such strong opposition?
Yeah, Jody, it's really hard to overstate how important this amendment is, and I'm glad that you're digging into it. So the amendment, it would add broad rights to abortion access to Virginia's Constitution via a constitutional amendment. And it really limits the state's ability to restrict abortion in the future. Now, as you said, pro-life advocates, they say this allows abortion at any stage of pregnancy, including even late-term abortions, because it has such expansive health exceptions. Many groups, like Virginia's Catholic bishops, are urging voters to reject what they call an extreme amendment when it appears on the ballot this fall, Jody.
And then, if I can, one more item for you, Casey, on the international front. I played it to enter into the program today, but House Speaker Mike Johnson spoke earlier today before the British Parliament, and he was expressing confidence that the U.S. and Britain will overcome tensions over Greenland there, while at the same time emphasizing our shared democratic values and historic ties and so forth. But what are some of the key highlights, Casey, that were included in his remarks today that we need to be aware of?
Well, Speaker Johnson says that in his speech that in the U.S.-UK relations are, as you said, they're rooted in our shared principles of liberty, democracy, and human dignity that outweigh, in his mind, these current disputes, with Greenland being really the elephant in the room. Speaker Johnson, he framed American independence, of which this is the 250th anniversary this year. He called it a continuation, not a rejection, of Britain's best political traditions. Take a look at this clip.
As Chesterton observed, America was founded on a creed that was set forth, he said, with dogmatic and theological lucidity in the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That profound acknowledgement of obvious and undeniable truth shook the foundations of Western democracy, and with it, the course of human history.
So, Jody, these comments are well-timed as the president is doubling and tripling down on wanting to take Greenland, which is just further ratcheting up tensions, not just with the UK, but with all the EU.
Outstanding comments. I heard, I've not seen the speech in its entirety, but just clips of it, and I've heard it was a powerful speech. Casey, as always, thank you so much for keeping us up to speed